Once upon a time in a small, impoverished village, there lived a young girl named Chinwe. Growing up, Chinwe witnessed the relentless struggle of her parents, who worked tirelessly to provide for their family. They labored long hours, their hands calloused and their faces etched with the lines of hardship. Despite their efforts, there was often barely enough to eat, and new clothes were a luxury they could not afford. Chinwe watched enviously as other girls, who seemed to have everything, strutted about in their pretty dresses and shiny shoes. They had opportunities that Chinwe could only dream of, attending good schools, fancy parties, and living in beautiful homes. A burning desire ignited within her, a vow that she would never endure the same struggles her parents did. She longed for fame and fortune, believing it would free her from poverty. As she grew older, Chinwe's desire for a better life only intensified. She was determined to escape her circumstances, even if it meant venturing into the dark side. At first, she tried legitimate ways to improve her situation, taking on multiple jobs and saving every penny. But no matter how hard she worked, it never seemed enough. One day, Chinwe met a charming and wealthy man named Femi. He promised her a life of luxury and ease, but his world was filled with dubious dealings and illicit activities. Desperate and blinded by her ambition, Chinwe allowed herself to be drawn into Femi's world. She began to engage in illegal activities, believing it was the only way to achieve the life she dreamed of. At first, Chinwe's new life was thrilling. She had money, beautiful clothes, and the attention she had always craved. But the cost of this newfound luxury was high. She found herself entangled in a web of danger and deceit, constantly looking over her shoulder and living in fear of being caught. Her conscience weighed heavily on her, and the glamorous facade began to crumble. One day, Chinwe's parents, whom she had been supporting with her ill-gotten gains, discovered the truth about her lifestyle. Their disappointment and sorrow cut deeper than any punishment. Her mother sat on the edge of the couch, twisting a handkerchief in her hands, while her father paced by the window, his silhouette sharp against the fading sunlight. Chinwe, her father finally said, his voice low and strained, "How did it come to this? We raised you better than this. We didn't have much, but we did our best." She opened her mouth to respond but found that no words would come. How could she explain the hunger she had felt to escape their small, stifling life? How could she make them understand that Femi had seemed like her golden ticket out? Her parents had lived modestly, never asking for more than what they needed. But Chinwe had always wanted more. "I wanted to give you a better life. I thought if I had money, I could take care of you," she said. Her father shook his head. "At what cost, Chinwe? This isn't the life we wanted for you." Femi's promises echoed in her mind. The lavish parties, the glittering jewelry, the rush of adrenaline from sealing dangerous deals, it all seemed so hollow now. Chinwe felt like she had been running toward a mirage, and now that she stood before the reality, all she saw was the wreckage she had left behind. The next morning, she met Femi at their usual cafe. He smiled at her, unaware of the storm brewing beneath her calm exterior. "Chinwe," he greeted, leaning in for a kiss. She stepped back, keeping her distance. "I can't do this anymore, Femi. I'm out." His smile faltered. "Out? Out of what?" "Everything. The business, the parties, the deals. I'm done." Femi leaned back in his chair, his expression darkening. "You don't just walk away, Chinwe. Watch me," she hissed. She expected him to lash out, to threaten her. But instead, he laughed softly and shook his head. You think it's that easy? People don't just leave this life. Chinwe met his gaze, unflinching. I'm not afraid of you, Femi. And I'm not afraid of them. She didn't wait for his response. Chinwe turned on her heel and walked out of the cafe, leaving Femi behind. Her heart raced, but there was no turning back now. Months later, Chinwe was running out of money and began to feel the pressure, as she could no longer support herself or provide for her parents. She started to think of ways she could get some fast cash but was not interested in doing any form of business with Femi. Chinwe's journey took an unexpected turn when she met a woman named Amaka. Amaka was charismatic and seemed to have an air of mystery about her. They quickly became friends, and Chinwe confided in Amaka about her dreams of opening a massage parlor. However, there was one significant hurdle: Chinwe had no experience as a masseuse. Amaka, always full of intriguing ideas, suggested that Chinwe visit a juju she knew. Don't worry about the details, Amaka said with a knowing smile. This juju can make anything possible. Intrigued and desperate to see her dreams come true, Chinwe agreed. They visited the juju, an enigmatic figure who lived in a secluded part of a village. He listened to Chinwe's desires and assured her that her dreams could indeed become a reality. He provided her with special oils, instructing her to use them on her clients. These oils, he claimed, had the power to attract more clients and ensure the success of her business. However, he warned Chinwe that the secret of the oils must never be revealed to anyone. With newfound hope and determination, Chinwe opened her massage parlor. To her amazement, business began to boom almost immediately. Clients raved about her services, and word of mouth spread quickly. The oil seemed to work their magic, drawing more and more people to her establishment. Chinwe's massage parlor became the talk of the town, and she finally felt like she was living the life she had always dreamed of. However, the secret of the oils weighed heavily on her mind. She knew that her success was built on something mysterious and possibly dangerous, but the allure of fame and fortune kept her going. As her business flourished, Chinwe couldn't help but wonder about the true nature of the oils and the juju's powers. She had achieved her dreams, but at what cost? The oils given to Chinwe by the juju had an enchanting effect. Once applied, the fragrance was irresistible, drawing people in like a magnet. Anyone who came into contact with the scent found themselves inexplicably attracted to the wearer. The aroma was subtle yet captivating, lingering in the air and sparking curiosity. Clients who visited Chinwe's massage parlor would leave with the fragrance clinging to their skin. As they went about their day, others would catch a whiff of the alluring scent and be drawn to them, often asking what it was. This created a ripple effect, with more and more people becoming intrigued and eager to experience the magic of Chinwe's oils. Chinwe had a long-time acquaintance named Reba, a woman who had known her since childhood. Reba was aware that Chinwe had never trained as a masseuse, so she was curious about how Chinwe managed to run a successful massage parlor. Deciding to see it for herself, Reba paid a visit to Chinwe's shop one day. Upon seeing Reba, Chinwe was genuinely happy. They hadn't seen each other for a long time, and the reunion was filled with warm memories and shared laughter. Chinwe invited Reba to sit and chat, all while she attended to one of her clients. As they caught up, Reba, a masseuse herself, observed Chinwe closely. She moved around the client with confidence, but to Reba's trained eye, it was clear that Chinwe had little idea of what she was doing as a masseuse. The techniques used were awkward and inconsistent, lacking the skill and finesse of a professional. Reba's curiosity grew, but she kept her suspicions to herself, not wanting to spoil the reunion. They continued to talk, reminiscing about old times and sharing their life updates. Reba was impressed by Chinwe's apparent success but couldn't shake the feeling that there was more to the story. After they had caught up, Reba left the massage parlor, her mind buzzing with questions. She resolved to keep an eye on Chinwe and discreetly find out how she had managed to achieve such success despite her lack of experience. Little did Reba know, her curiosity would soon lead her into the unfolding mystery of the oils and the dark secret behind Chinwe's booming business. Among the curious was a woman named Ada. She had heard the buzz about Chinwe's massage parlor and the mysterious oils. Intrigued by the stories and the sudden popularity of the establishment, Ada decided to also keep a close eye on Chinwe. She visited the parlor under the guise of a regular client, but her true intention was to uncover the secret behind the captivating fragrance. As she delved deeper, Ada began to suspect that there was more to Chinwe's success than met the eye. While the oils brought her the fame and fortune she had always desired, they also came with the burden of secrecy and the constant fear of being discovered. Ada's suspicions grew even more as she noticed that everyone who visited Chinwe's massage parlor, including her younger sister, began acting strangely. Chinwe's visits to the juju for more oil were always shrouded in secrecy, often taking place late at night or in the early hours of the morning. One such night, after returning from a lively party, Reba noticed Chinwe's car parked at the entrance of an abandoned track. Her curiosity piqued, Reba decided to watch from her car as Chinwe stepped out and headed down the dark, eerie path. Determined to uncover the truth, she quietly followed Chinwe, keeping a safe distance. The track was overgrown and shadowy, adding to the sense of foreboding. As Reba trailed behind, she couldn't shake the feeling that something sinister was at play. Unbeknownst to her, she wasn't the only one keeping an eye on Chinwe. Ada, who had also grown suspicious of Chinwe's sudden success, had been observing her for some time. Ada had her own reasons for wanting to uncover the truth and had been discreetly following Chinwe's movements ever since. As Chinwe made her way deeper into the track, both Reba and Ada continued to follow, each unaware of the other's presence. The path led to a secluded clearing where the juju's small, dimly lit hut stood. Chinwe entered the hut, and Reba and Ada, hidden in the shadows, watched intently. Inside, Chinwe met with the juju, who handed her a new vial of the mysterious oil. The exchange was brief, and Chinwe quickly made her way back to her car, clutching the vial tightly. Reba and Ada, now more determined than ever to uncover the truth, decided to join forces after spotting each other. They shared their suspicions and observations, realizing that together, they might be able to expose the dark secret behind Chinwe's success. Their alliance marked the beginning of a new chapter in their quest for the truth, as they vowed to bring Chinwe's hidden dealings to light and protect their community from the dangers of the mysterious oils. Determined to uncover the truth, they decided to seek help from a prophetess in a nearby village. One day, Ada visited the bustling massage parlor and managed to secretly take a small vial of the mysterious oil. She hurried to the prophetess, hoping to find answers. The prophetess, a wise and spiritual woman, examined the oil carefully. She advised Ada to return after 3 days, as she would need to fast and pray about what was inside the vial. After 3 days, Ada returned and confirmed her worst fear: there was something evil in the oil. The prophetess explained that the oil contained dark magic, which was why it had such a powerful effect on people. To counteract the evil, the prophetess consecrated some water and gave it to Ada. She instructed her to sprinkle the holy water over the bottles containing the oil, assuring her that it would cleanse the dark magic. Ada's determination to uncover the truth led her to take bold steps. After returning from the village with the consecrated water, she devised a plan to expose the dark secret behind Chinwe's success. She waited for the perfect moment to act. One evening, Ada visited the massage parlor and discreetly hid in a small room at the back. The place was bustling with clients as usual, and no one noticed her presence. As the night wore on and the last client left, Chinwe closed the shop, unaware that Ada was still inside. Once the coast was clear, Ada sprang into action. She carefully sprinkled the holy water on the vials of oils, hoping to neutralize the dark magic within them. With her task complete, she quietly slipped out of the parlor, her heart pounding with anticipation. The next day, Chinwe attended a client's wedding, feeling confident and proud of her thriving business. As the ceremony progressed, the moment came for the bride's veil to be lifted. The scene inside the church turned chaotic as the bride's sudden breakout in sores sent shockwaves through the congregation. The groom, his face stricken with fear and confusion, rushed out of the church, his heart pounding and thoughts racing. The sight of his bride, once radiant and beautiful, now covered in painful, unsightly sores, was too much to bear. Guests, who had also been clients of Chinwe's massage parlor, began to realize that something sinister was at play. Whispers and gasps filled the air as people started examining themselves and each other for similar symptoms. The joyful celebration had quickly turned into a scene of panic and horror. Chinwe stood frozen, her mind reeling as she tried to comprehend the magnitude of what had just happened. Her carefully constructed world was collapsing around her, and the dark secret of the oils had been exposed in the most dramatic way possible. Ada, who had been observing from a discreet corner, felt a mix of relief and sorrow. She knew that revealing the truth was necessary to break the spell and save the community, but the pain and chaos it caused were heart-wrenching to witness. The prophetess's consecrated water had indeed worked to reveal the evil hidden within the oils, but the aftermath was devastating. As the groom fled the scene, others followed, seeking safety and answers. The once joyous wedding had become a grim reminder of the dangers of dark magic and the consequences of deceit. In the days that followed, the community came together to support those affected and to heal from the trauma. Chinwe, now fully aware of the cost of her ambitions, sought forgiveness and vowed to rebuild her life on a foundation of honesty and integrity. Ada's courageous actions ultimately saved the community, serving as a powerful testament to the strength of truth and righteousness. The moral of the story is that ambition without ethical boundaries can lead to self-destruction. Chinwe's desire for a better life blinded her to the consequences of her choices, but ultimately, she learned that pursuing success through dishonest means comes at a heavy cost. The story emphasizes that true success is built on patience, resilience, and doing what is right, even when the path is difficult.